1. Three or 1. God damn it. All right.
I can't believe you fell for that.
God damn you, cynics. All right. Hey, everybody. Sycra Yasin here. And
Fell for that.
I'm with Cynics
That's me.
and Bob Meatbag and Flavia. Oh, I
Hey.
mean Bob Meatbag and Flavia. All right. So, this is a stream, and today what we're going to do is something a little bit different. And before this stream's... Whoa! Okay. Before this started, I asked people to give like a submission of an OC, and we had some volunteers who gave submissions of their original characters. And what we're going to do is, I don't know how many we're going to get through, but it might only be 1. But Bob, Cynics, and I are going to be redrawing those characters in our style, so we would, and with our thought process, and that's what we're going to talk about, so that it can be a learning experience for all involved. And I don't know. We're going to try it, and let us begin.
Okay.
So, I only have a single monitor, so this is going to be awkward switching.
No, you should find it a date.
But we're going to start with this image by Dionysus Sagaris, I think his name was.
I don't think that was it, but it's fine.
What was it then?
I don't know.
It's easy to criticize. It's hard to help.
Thanks. Alright. So we're just supposed to draw this this terrible design in our own style? Is that what we're doing?
Well, it's not a terrible design, but yes.
Oh, okay. You said that earlier, so I thought that's what.
I did not say that earlier.
Okay.
Goddamn cynics. Bad cynics.
Alright, and if people have questions in the chat, feel free to ask, because
Ask
I'm sure.
cynics
Ask
why he's
me all your
an
questions.
awful person.
No, I'm not. I'm a great
You
person.
are. You
I'm
are.
the only one offering to answer questions because I'm a helpful
Oh,
individual.
no! You can ask questions, and I'll also answer them if I can.
There you go. That's what I thought.
Flavia's going to be looking at the chat.
Yikes. Okay.
That's not bad. That's a good thing. She's good at it.
So to do my art today, I have the Pentel Pocket Brush Pen here, as made famous by Kim Jong-il. You can see here, it is made in Japan. Glorious Japan. It is a very wet ink pen. You can refill it. This will be a unboxing here. There you go. That's where the ink goes. Japanese ink, only the highest quality. And it's very wet. So what is your what are you working in? Are you just doing Photoshop? Photoshop?
I'm doing Photoshop. Yeah.
You guys never like switched on to any other program? You like it the best, Photoshop? I know
Yeah.
Jet likes his paint tools or whatever he uses. I don't even know what he uses.
He uses Manga Studio.
All right. All right. I'm gonna start drawing stuff. So
Yeah.
we got like this. What is he, like a knight, a samurai?
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe him?
I would describe him as an undead samurai guy.
He does have one arm covered in bandages, which leads some credence to your undead thing.
But I don't know. He might not.
But he is smoking a blunt, and everyone knows undead people don't smoke.
Oh, that's true.
Okay. Let's do. I don't know how to start it. I'm just gonna start with a face, I guess.
I just start with scribbles. I'm trying to get a basic shape,
Well,
like a
that's
big shape.
Using a brush pen here.
Oh yeah, that's hard.
I haven't drawn all day. His face kind of looks like Iron Man or something. Just gonna make like a weird skull shape. Oh yeah, it's got like a little patch. So if all of us are drawing, who's gonna be talking?
Uh, I think we're gonna have to what's multitask.
Okay. So what are you up to, Bob?
Drawing.
Great. Glad we decided to multitask.
Ugh.
What was that?
What, me?
Language.
No, Bob just went. Yeah.
No, that was me.
That was you.
I was just
Okay. This is gonna be almost impossible for me because I'm responsible for like switching the thingies.
I know, clearly you didn't think this
I
through.
can't. Yeah, I didn't because I'm used to having dual monitors and being clever about it, but I screwed
Well,
up.
what's Flavia doing? Can't she be in charge of the something or other?
No, because
Oh,
she's not. She doesn't have the control one. It's only the controlling one who can control.
Oh. Oh. What is this design? There's like spikes on the side of his head. See, like when you actually start drawing a design, that's when you like actually notice all this stuff.
Yeah, it's
What
true.
does this
It's
mean?
true.
Why are there spikes?
Mm.
Okay.
There's a question. What's the weirdest thing you've ever drawn?
I think it was on Synix's. No,
I remember
that didn't
that.
happen. That didn't happen actually. No.
That was pretty weird. But you handled it so naturally.
You think I practice all the time?
I think you do.
I don't.
I don't think it was your first rodeo, is what I'm going to say about that.
So what confuses me about this design is it's just a lot of very disparate elements. Like you have the armor, and then you have the bandages, and it's like, okay, so there's armor and there's bandages, and he's also wearing a heavy coat.
Why are you sharing my
And-
screen? I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, let's switch to someone else.
Yeah, Jesus. Okay. I just wanted to draw something so I can get my brain warmed up.
So I'm trying to think of ways of simplifying the design. Making it about less things. It's like, okay, try and find a direction and stick to that. And less about, I don't know, just, oh, this is cool, and this is cool, and this other thing is cool. Trying to think, like, okay, do I want him more to be the cloth, not furry, bathrobe? What's it called, the bathrobe that they wear? Robes?
It's just not for bats.
No, not for baths.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and also the time period is very hazy. Like, he's in the future, right?
Well, why do
He's
you
got
say
a
that?
cigar.
That's
he's got
not the future. I don't know if you know this, but cigars have been around for
No,
longer than the future.
no! I didn't mean it that way. I meant it like... Mistake. I meant it... I meant, like, not the olden days. Medieval, not...
Do
Oh,
they not
man.
have cigars? I don't even know.
Anyway, and then you have the guy whose metal is armor. Oh,
How are you keeping the gesture while you're drawing?
I'm using loose, flowy lines.
What does that mean?
That means loose and flowy, like you want them to flow. You want them to be loose, and you want them to be flowing.
Oh.
Darth Dio says the helmet is shaped as a skull. It's his drawing, I guess.
Oh, okay.
His drawing. He says he feels humbled by this. Thank you.
Okay. I'm getting myself warmed up now. I'm gonna take another shot at this.
Alright, so switch to your thing again.
Oh, to my thing again?
And Bob's, and then back to yours.
Yeah, Bob, you never answered what's the weirdest thing you've drawn. I think in this context it's like...
Was that question for me?
It was a question for everyone.
Obviously for you.
Yours.
What's the weirdest thing I've ever drawn? I don't know, man.
Yeah, man.
Man. Mine.
Oh, man.
Mine.
Bing!
Man, I don't know, man. Why are you asking so many confusing questions, man?
You've drawn pretty weird stuff, though.
Yeah,
I think it's not an easy...
Yeah, that's why it's not an easy question. It's just like, well, which one? Because they're all kind of weird in some way or another.
What's the least weird thing you've ever drawn?
God. Huh.
Or here, when's the last time you remember drawing something like super not weird?
God, I don't know. Because, like, at one time or another, I've always drawn something weird. But, like, I don't know. Like, I guess when I was, like, doing some client work, drawing humans. I guess that could be normal.
The arms were pretty safe.
Yeah. When you were doing your...
It's just...
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just
the
that
arms.
was creepy.
Yeah, I did a shitload of arms.
Yeah. I think your work is only getting more weird, not less weird.
Yeah.
Good. How's yours coming along? I'm gonna check real fast.
I really like how Bob's is.
Oh wow, Bob's is way better than mine.
That brush pen, it's doing nice things.
No, not yet. It's working. Okay, let me think real fast. I'm gonna zoom this out a little bit. Ooh. There we go. Okay. Okay. See, I think the most important thing about design, or I don't know, designing characters, is you gotta do like a bunch of takes on them. Figure out what works. Because every time I do it, I get like a new idea of how I think it would be better. So, for instance, I like this jaw shape better, where the jaw sticks out. Because I feel like that flows better with the overall flow. Whereas in the original, you can see like the side silhouette is just kind of like a curve like this. Are you watching my screen or no?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So it's like a curve like this if you look at his original drawing, but that's kind of like a boring silhouette. And I mean, maybe you can say like because it has that spike up top, which is kind of what I'm following. So then it kind of curves down into the chin. But if you can break that up by making the chin kind of come out, I feel like it's way more interesting instantly. Maybe exaggerate it, but you know, it's hard to say.
That's a good point.
What other hobbies do you have besides drawing?
No time for other hobbies. Do I have any hobbies?
Do you have any hobbies? I don't think I've ever heard you talk about anything other than drawing.
I read psychology books.
Well, how's that working out for you?
Video games?
Do you play? What do you play? I gotta move my foot.
I don't know. I don't play new games. I play like old games that other people.
What do we do?
What do we do?
We must do something.
We do nothing, okay? Bob, what hobbies do you have?
Oh, jeez.
We're no lifers. Star
No
Trek.
life at all.
It's not a hobby.
Star Trek is your hobby? Is that what you just said?
I don't know. Does
Yeah,
it
you're
qualify?
right.
I don't know. What's a hobby?
Your life went from like the low point that I thought it might be at to even somehow even lower.
And so, what's your hobby, Cynics?
I have multiple hobbies of all types.
Like what?
Well, I play a lot of music. That's a hobby. And I do the whole gaming thing. I guess that's pretty.
What games do you play?
I play fighting games like Street Fighter.
League of Legends?
Ooh, I don't like this one. Nah, I never got into this.
I guess this one is for cynics. How would you define an elongated head in a 3/4 view? Because you're doing your dude.
What's that? What was the
How would
question?
you define an elongated head in a 3/4 view?
I don't even understand that question.
I guess how do you make it like pronounced? How do you exaggerate it to make it look elongated?
You make things longer? I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can make a head look really long. I think the nose is kind of important. And just kind of drag everything down super low. And narrow up the jaw? I don't know. You guys are questions.
And it's very hard to think and draw.
Yeah, that's true. I've never tried talking and drawing traditionally. I've gotten used to drawing digitally, but traditionally is really different. It's not that easy. It's not as easy as I expected it to be. Okay.
What are the hardest things for you to draw?
Guys in samurai armor who are robots. Well, is he a robot?
I don't know. Yeah, Bluntbot 4000. That's the hardest thing to draw.
I think the hardest things are things that I'm just not interested in. Not talking about this piece.
What about you, Bob? What's the hardest thing to draw for you?
Oh, God.
God is the hardest.
No. My dick.
Oh, my dick is so hard to draw, man.
Have any of you streamed smoking marijuana?
No. Not me.
No.
We don't do drugs.
Drugs are bad. What has happened?
To what?
Everything.
Have y'all
I don't
ever
know.
painted an abstract?
No.
I think when people start out drawing, everything's abstract.
That didn't work out.
How do you guys set yourself apart from other artists?
I'm brown enough.
Oh.
No.
What about you, Cynics? You're white. You don't have that.
Yeah, that's true.
How do you
I
do
don't
it?
think I don't think I'm any different than others. We're all just white.
Should the gesture drawings start timed at 30 seconds and then work your way up to 2 to 5 minutes, or should you work with a larger time limit and then go down?
Larger time limit and then go down. I mean, that
That's-
always made sense to me.
Really?
Yeah. Because the way we do it in school is you start with a small time limit and then you speed up. But for me, it was like when I would start, it was too quick because I wasn't warmed up, and then by the time it was 5 minutes, I felt like it was forever.
Okay, I see your point.
I'm glad I have one.
Ugh.
Question, are you rich?
Yeah,
I think Cynics is the most wealthy of the lot of us.
that's not true.
Yeah, you are making all that birdseed money.
I don't know. You're rich by Romanian standards. Does that count?
Yeah.
So are you. So is Bob. So is like.
Everybody not in Romania.
I should. I am not in a. I'm gonna pay for this, aren't I?
What are we doing on this drawing?
Should we do another one? I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Let me look at it again. Because I've just been messing with the head because I was trying to make it. I don't know. Trying to figure out what style I would like. There's probably a bunch of different ways to take it. I like how it's I don't know, what do you call that? A sword hammer? Just a giant. Basically, looks like a giant meat tenderizer. I don't quite get the point of it though. Why would you have a spike in the middle of your? I guess it's.
Well, when you hammer them, they get spiked.
I guess. I mean, that is a thing, but usually you don't have like a hammer like with it because it's obviously going to stop it, from spiking all the way through. It'll be like, it'll just kind of prick you a little bit.
It'd be easier to get caught in, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess you can make combos with it. Just throw them on his head and slice them. Or just charge. You charged when you're head towards an enemy.
Oh, wait. So the hammer is sword, and then it turns into a hammer?
Well,
Like it's
I'm
flat.
not sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I assume so.
All right, it's working better if I paint instead of draw.
Oh, let me
know
see
what I
what
would
you're
say.
working on. Wow. Well, Bob's is great.
Well, Bob is always great.
I know. I should have taken a more extreme approach.
I just saw it.
I think that's what Bob always reminds me of.
Mm.
I get used to playing it too safe. And then I see Bob's and I'm like, oh, okay. Let's have fun with it.
Question for Jeff, in caps. I'm a huge fan of yours. Do you have any suggestions for art education in Vancouver?
This is gonna come across as like such a douchey stream.
Well, it's Theo's question.
Oh yeah. There's tons of places to go to. There's Emily Carr, there's VFS.
Yeah, somebody's asking about Emily Carr. What do you know about this school?
Not much. What did you say, Sycra? That they teach creativity?
That's what they did when I was there, but I think they improved.
Oh.
Because when I was gonna apply there just out of high school, or in high school still, we had to go tour all the schools, and with them they made us like, what's it called, the portfolio. You had to include paper mache sculptures and metal sculptures and wood and drawing and all sorts of things. And they're like, we teach you creativity. And I was like, I don't need to learn creativity.
Sure. I think you missed it. I think you should have gone there.
God damn you, cynics. One day. Anyway, I was interested in learning, skills, not creativity.
Yeah, I already know how to draw a pointy chin. No, thank you.
No, I didn't. I didn't know how to draw a pointy chin. That was much later.
What's your opinions about fandoms and fan art?
When it comes to fandoms, I prefer ones that are like, I like them thin, but not that thin that I would stop feeling it. Because sometimes
Let me think about this. Let me think about the joke you're trying to make for a little bit. Because it completely lost me.
Oh, cynics. You're out of practice.
Fandom. Okay, I have no idea what your joke is.
Have you used male skins for sketching and drawing?
Whale skin?
I tried, but it really hurt.
But I think that question was for Bob.
I mean, Bob.
This is a terrible...
So have you used moleskin? I know you haven't.
I haven't used a moleskin.
How about you, cynics?
They're too expensive for me.
Yeah,
I feel intimidated by the price. I always tell myself I'll use them when I'm good.
What about you, cynics? Have you used moleskin?
No, I could care less about that.
Yeah, so our answer, I guess, to Darth Dio is I don't know any really good schools in Vancouver. I mean, there's some that seem okay. Cap College seems okay, and what's the other one? Van Arts?
Yeah, I guess there's Van Arts. Was there one for Cal?
I don't know, just learn. No, that's in California.
But Bob has to say it, because it was for him, the question.
Oh, for him, yeah.
Yeah, you say it, Bob.
Okay, yeah, just learn yourself. Like approach it. Just practice by yourself. Look for information on the internet. There's always Sycra stream. He has a lot of good ideas.
No, not my stream. My channel. The stream is a nightmare. Anyway.
Nobody wants to hear your opinion. George the Manly asks, what are your opinions on a Huion tablet, excluding Sycra?
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, and who's used a Huion tablet except for me? Huh?
Bob has, when he was here.
Have I?
Oh.
Yeah, you did.
True.
You did. Ha.
What does it look like again? I don't remember.
It was black.
It was black.
It was Chinese and black, and every time you... Oh my god. Should we try another one?
Yes.
Okay. What's the next choice for our fan art?
Did you say what's the next choice?
Is there something wrong with that? What is the next? There's nothing grammatically wrong with that.
No, I said what's the next choice.
Oh, what's the next choice?
Okay. I'm gonna read your chat. Why are you going to my screen? I'm not even doing anything.
I'm not on your screen. I'm on Bob's screen. It's just slow to update.
Oh, okay.
I like your take on it, Bob.
Thanks.
Question by David L. What's your favorite cartoon? Except Sycra, you don't get the answer.
That's
So
okay.
Flavia, what's your favorite cartoon?
Hmm. What's my favorite cartoon? I don't know. I don't know.
Wow, what an exciting person you
Right,
found.
right?
You like Kill la Kill.
I like Kill la Kill, but I don't know if it's my favorite.
All right,
There's-
Bob.
Does cartoon include anime and movies?
Yes.
You know, I assumed it was not anime and movies. I
Anime's
assumed they
in-
mean cartoon.
if it's not, then
I assumed they
didn't
would
get
say
an opinion.
anime. I want to hear like your favorite children's cartoon.
Well, I guess like Don Hertzfeldt stuff is a cartoon. Like I like his.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if it's my
Yes,
favorite,
yes,
but
that counts.
yeah, I like it. Anyways, what's the next choice of original character?
Did you find one?
Well, there's. Should I post it in the house?
This is Splatoon fan art, isn't it?
Is it?
Looks very similar.
Squid or kid?
Oh no. Cheers. We should draw a girl.
Let's see.
Sycra, they want
Cynic's
to know if you
progress.
pray to Kim Jong-gi every night.
If I pray to him?
Yeah.
There.
No, I've not been very.
You haven't been? I can tell.
I've been falling out of.
Do any of you
Falling
use
out of what?
Fortran for critique?
For critiques? I don't know. Kim Jong-gi's been doing a lot of like stuff where he goes like he went to Pixar and he did this Pixar picture, and I was like, eh. And then he did the
Wait,
Riot
you didn't
one.
like it? I thought it was good.
No, I didn't like it. I thought it was pretty bad, and I thought the Riot one was pretty bad. I thought it was like it's not nearly as good as the stuff he did before.
Okay. Maybe you're just getting better.
I don't think so, because I saw his other stuff and it was really
Yeah, I don't think so either, actually.
God damn you, cynics!
Here's a good question. Why isn't Costa talking?
Why isn't Costa talking?
That's a weird question, because he has been sitting there. I noticed him
He's
creeping.
lurking. Yeah, he's been lurking for a while, like a
Super creepy.
Are you
it's
gonna
fun-
come in, Costa? Do you know what we're doing?
I don't. It's funny that you guys brought that up because I literally just sat down and I was muted and was just showing my avatar because I wanted to let you know I was here, but I was eating and getting some stuff done around the house real
What's
quick
the
before.
over-under that Costa posted that himself under a different account?
Hmm?
'Cause that seems like a Costa thing.
What's
What?
a Costa thing?
To post, why isn't Costa talking?
I did it. I did it. I did it. Hey, it's nice to see Bob. I haven't seen Bob in a while. How you doing, man?
Not too bad. How about you?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Oh
We miss you, man. Ricardo and Jet, we miss you. When Sycra comes on, you know, to our little hangouts, we always ask about you, man. We miss you.
no! That's true. They do.
I do.
So, like, yeah, I've been enjoying looking at your work lately, and I think your
enjoy.
scroll for the Comic-Con event that you went to in Romania. That dude, I had a lot of good things to say about that.
Oh.
I think you did a wonderful job.
Oh. Okay. Thanks.
Oh, shit.
Unsatisfied customers for Cynics. OzJ, please ask Cynics when he gets to do his Patreon portrait sketches. I supported him for 2 months without getting the promised portrait sketches.
OzJ, you and me both.
Yeah.
I gave up. I don't even care anymore. It's like, why? It's charity at this point.
It is charity. Is that Asche? Asche posted that? Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
behind.
there you go. There you go.
Gonna need a spanking, right?
Wow.
So, what's happening? What's going on the stream?
So what we're
I
doing
need to get back
is
to those anyway, by the way.
we're doing draw overs of original characters that the viewers are posting, and yeah, and then we're explaining like why. Well, we're supposed to be explaining why we chose to make certain choices over others.
I think that might still be out of my league right now.
I don't know. I think you can handle it.
Depends on the character.
In your opinion, what's the best online art resource? I guess he's not talking about
Sycra
you.
form. Probably. I don't know. Are there any? I'm gonna do the next design lab on Sycra forms.
You're doing more design labs. Yay! You finished one. That was great.
And
Did
they're all
anyone
gonna
see
be on the Sycra
Cynic
forms.
says? Yeah, cool. That's actually, if you really do that, that's nice.
No, I am. I don't want to have more.
Forum's a great community. I should really go there sometime.
I'm just continuing to mess with the face, and it's distorting into something completely different because you haven't changed the subject yet.
We
I have
have
this weird-
changed the subject. You
did?
Cynics. We did. You don't listen to us.
Okay. My bad. Well, I was having fun because I was slowly turning this face into something completely different, and I actually like what's going now. See, the problem was you can't like I thought his eyes were too big. What's going on? Okay. What am I doing?
I think they just looked at Bob.
Before I look at the back.
Oh, Bob? Wait, where did that? Oh,
Bob's interpretation of the drawing.
wow. That's pretty great. Okay. My bad. I'll get started on the next one.
What did you think? What did your parents think of your career choices, drawing little cartoons instead of getting a real profession?
Well, no. You know, in Romania, I make more than a doctor.
Yeah.
I believe that.
That's kind of relative, don't you think?
No. No. Doctors are so underpaid here.
Hmm.
It's just,
I mean, like the scope of like financial success.
You know, it's relative, Costa.
Why?
Your mom.
Oh, there you go.
Oh god. Oh god. It hurts so good.
No, I was gonna say my parents, but Cynics. It's kind of like okay. Good that.
No, mine's way funnier. Get out of here.
Okay.
You guys went over the fact that Cynics has got his camera set up and everything.
What?
Cynics is drawing traditional.
Yeah, he got his new camera set up. I think that's
Yeah.
cool as shit.
Well, I'm
Okay.
still getting used to it, but it'll work
how
out.
does Bob?
You know, I've done traditional drawings too.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you're
but this
you're
is Cynics.
Sycra. You draw like a Canadian.
What does that even
Yeah.
mean? I draw like a Canadian.
You don't remember when we had that whole conversation?
You had
Like,
the
way
conversation.
back-
I just asked
way back.
what does it mean, and you never gave me an answer. You're just like, haha, you draw like a Canadian. I'm like, what does
I
that
did give
mean?
you an answer. I did give you an answer way back. I was like,
Oh,
I was like, yeah,
that wasn't even your point. Your point was, oh, you used to draw like a Canadian, but now you draw like a Russian. I'm like, what does that mean?
I know exactly what that means.
I would like to draw like a Russian. A lot of my favorite artists are Russian.
Really?
Yeah.
that was an underhanded joke, Sycra. It was a callback. I think that you're doing phenomenal. That's all.
Thanks, I guess.
Oh.
No problem. No problem. No problem. I think something should be said about learning how to draw on a Wacom Intuos before you learn how to draw traditionally. 'Cause I took a traditional stab and it's way easier to draw traditionally.
Who laughed? And why?
I think Costa did.
No, I didn't. I didn't laugh.
That's a
That was
cynic's laugh.
either cynics or Bob.
Really is. You can see his entire thing is shaking. He can't even.
Yeah, it jiggles when I laugh. God damn it. Oh my god, this one's terrible. I forgot how to draw people.
Wait, what? Who else was laughing? What? I'm not getting why it was funny.
I'm not getting it either, but I think it has something to do with how ridiculous my statements generally are. Or or apparently I have coats of things that I could say that would fit the.
Well, what are your
The
coaster
modality.
things? What
I
are
don't
your
know.
coast-
Apparently, going into the chat and asking about myself would be a coaster thing. So there's obviously
Everyone
like
knows.
and there's obviously aspects of the way that I operate that would make that a part of my my general archetype.
Okay, here we go.
Truth is, I was just walking around, eating, getting stuff done. When I found out about this, I was in Orlando, and I just got back to Tampa. So.
Are they close? Are they far? I don't know where these places are.
It was about an hour and 45-minute drive.
Man,
I was deep in in Orlando, and yeah, it was quite a drive.
I thought you were gonna say you're deep in Tampa.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
See, Rivers says Cynic's drawings look really French to me, really French-like to me for some reason. See, there is nationalities to drawing.
Really French.
I'm not the only person that feels that way.
You should show Bob's screen again.
Okay.
There was a question a while ago. How does Bob live seeing the world like that? So how do you do it? He doesn't. It's an illusion.
I don't know.
I'm really having trouble with the use of color and light. Can you recommend a book or whatever?
There's a book called Color and Light
Yeah, it's called Color and Light by James Gurney.
by James Gurney.
It's very good.
That seems like a planted question.
Yeah, James Gurney.
James Gurney.
Thank you, Jimmy Gurney, for that question. Great question. Any other questions?
If you did go to college, where did you go?
I didn't.
Did anybody here go to college?
College is for smart people.
Yeah, I didn't go to
College is for people who want to throw away money.
Sylvia went to college. No, she did. She went to university. Is that the same thing?
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't go to college. What are you asking me? I don't know what words mean.
What makes a good comic or any story good, in your opinion?
Oh, I have opinions on that. I just can't remember them right now.
I think a good story is when they don't treat you like a fucking idiot.
And that's actually a good point. I hate when I'm reading a story and it's like, really? You think I'm this dumb?
Yeah. Where everything needs to be explained. Huge amounts of detail.
Well, yeah.
And there's no like brevity in the script writing or anything like that. It's kind of the reason why I enjoyed the new Mad Max film so much. I thought it was executed very well, and there's a lot of room for interpretation. And they captured the feelings and they created a narrative on screen, and they didn't need to spell it out for you.
You know what
It
I
just
hate?
lets you- What?
Oh, sorry. It's
Oh, go
lazy
ahead.
lazy mysteries where it's not actually like you could have solved it, but that the people all like the detective has knowledge that he shouldn't have, and it's not shared. So then it seems like it's smart, but it's not really smart. Like I think a good mystery thing is one where you could read it and miss all the clues, and then get to the end and then see all the clues. Like, oh yeah, I could have made sense of that had I paid more attention. And a bad mystery is where it's just like you get to the end and then they just knew stuff that was impossible to know.
You should show them your screen.
Why should I show them my screen?
Demand it.
They want to see it, your screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't agree with when plots are driven by Deus Ex Machina at all.
Man, someone didn't go to college.
Wait, what?
I was making fun of myself. You throwing out your Deus Ex Machinas.
See, that's if you ever watch CinemaSins, it's like it's just a rather old storytelling technique.
I know what it is, Costa.
Oh,
Oh, my bad. I was drawing way low. There we go.
Who's way low?
Was anyone on the screen? No, I mean I wasn't on the camera.
Is way low related to
Did you-
something wrong?
That's my girlfriend's name,
Did you
actually.
add that?
What?
I
What
was
is your
drawing my
girlfriend
girlfriend
saying?
way low.
Way low.
She's giving me evil eyes as I say that. Way low.
Something wrong.
Okay. Okay, there. I'm done with mine on that character. How's yours coming?
I think I'm done too.
What? Copycat.
I'm done when you're done. I don't know. I feel like I'm just butchering these people's work. I'm sorry, everybody.
Butchering their. Let me see yours real fast. Hold on. Where's Sycra? God, what? Okay. No, I see it. You did make the eyes bigger. You did put her hand down. That's probably good. When you have both, we didn't really talk about that, do we? I feel like we're supposed to be actually discussing stuff because then people will know, get
Come
good
on,
critiques.
cynics. Come
Okay.
on.
So let's do me and you, Sycra, let's do a quick critique on this drawing.
Okay.
So just from the pose standpoint, I think you did make a good decision in lowering one arm, and I didn't have the other arm up either because it looks super like unnatural to be holding two arms like up kind of at even distances like that.
It seems very
Like, if you
posed
just do it
for
on
the
your own,
camera. Like, look at me. I'm posing for the camera.
But she looks very uncomfortable, just the way the way her art back is kind of arched and everything. It's just it just lacks a certain flow to the pose. It's like the whole thing where it like shows you line of action and stuff, and this one's just kind of really scratchy and weird.
Well, there's a lot I still like about it. Like, I like how the hair is divided into clumps. That's something people usually miss. And I like
that too.
the colors
I
for the jacket are really nice, and the t-shirt. I really like the whole jacket, t-shirt,
Yeah, I like that.
and colors and stuff.
I like that there's a graphic on the t-shirt. It's always a good idea.
I think the perspective, it's
I'm not
nice
sure
that they were
what's-
thinking about it, but it's not really working entirely on the
I'm not
feet.
sure what's going on with if. I assume that's supposed to be a skirt, but the way it hugs against the leg, especially
I
like all
think
across
it's
the middle,
jean.
it looks like shorts.
Yeah, I think
That's
it's
why I
jean
wasn't
shorts.
sure.
I mean,
If
that's
it is,
that's
then
what
I feel
was
like it needs pockets or something that I don't know. So there's a little bit of ambiguity there, but I don't know. There's a lot of like minor things that would just help you out, like the collar on the jacket is kind of being awkward, things like that.
What about you, Bob? What can
Me?
you tell us about your
Yeah, what are your observations? Hold on, let me switch to your
Yeah, switch to
screen.
his.
What were you?
What were my observations on it?
How did you make the choices you make? You know, like why did you make the choice on the neck, for instance?
It's hard to say because so much of my decision is based on intuition. So
Mhm.
it's just like, okay, give her a really big grin, make it so that she has this big veiny neck. And it's just like, to me, it's just like, oh, okay, this feels really good to make this shape. What I can say about I guess the art overall, like the original piece, is that it feels like it almost feels as though this person was very focused on the perspective, and then it's like, okay, make sure the perspective is correct, make sure that the pose conforms to perspective, and then in doing that, it becomes very stiff. I don't know if that's what happened, but yeah, it's like you should try to make the image good first, and then go like, okay, so how does the perspective work? So yeah, that's how I would approach it.
I like how you did the pose. Like you managed to do the same pose, but you tweaked it in ways where it just kind of accentuated that it is very forced and kind of uncomfortable, which actually makes it. Then like it goes in the other direction. It actually really works as a drawing. It's because like you're saying, I know this is an awkward pose, and I'm going to show you that it feels like awkward.
Yeah, I suppose it could be that way as well. But yeah, it's like yeah, like you could like I guess from looking at the picture you could like if you were going with the idea of let's say oh she is posing, you know, then sort of like that's different. But even then it's still like the composition has to come first. So, yeah. That's my little thing.
I like it how you place the whatever the lollipop between her index and middle finger. Which it kind of like I can tell you're looking at your Pure Reps thumbnail and it kind of looks like that. So you just kind of ran with it, even though it's not actually like that. But like now that I look at it, I'm like, oh yeah, now I get why he did that.
If only I was so smart.
Okay.
Next one. Should we go
Yeah.
to the next?
Sure, go crazy.
So Gray Moran's is very quick. Should we do it anyway?
Let me see.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do
Let me see.
Gray Moran. Gray Moran. Gray Moran.
Are you gonna post the link?
Sure. I mean, all the links. I'll just post it again. It's not a problem.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Is this like a Steven Universe type thing?
What is Steven Universe?
I don't know, but it's something I see on Tumblr.
Here's a
For some
question.
reason,
How
that
do you
vaguely
deal with
reminds-
days where you can't draw?
Days where I can't draw. Every
How
day,
do you-
right, Cynic?
how do you-
It's
Yeah.
every day, isn't it? You...
I was gonna say, how do you wake up every morning?
I knew it.
How
I
do
knew
you
it.
get out of bed? That's what they're asking you, Sycra.
I try really hard and I put my hands and I lift
Yeah.
and
how,
then
how do you get out of bed, you hack? You fraud. What gets you out of your bed?
well, I don't know.
I feel like that's a common question, but the answer is usually to do like something, like regress into something simpler, like a study or a comfort zone piece. It's probably the right answer.
What is the right answer?
I don't know. That's what I said was the right answer.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention.
That's fine. It's not that exciting.
Like your life.
There we go. So what are you going for with this one? Okay, I have a serious question, Sycra.
Mm-hmm.
This design seems to be based entirely around curves, or I would say circles, and everything the opposite of points and angles. How are you gonna turn it to your style?
You can make a circle out of angles. It's just knowing which ones to.
I should have watched Pointy Chins.
Yeah, that's okay.
No, I actually do watch it. I enjoy watching your. Weird
Why?
videos.
Why?
It's fun. It's fun for me. It's fun
I
to
watched
do
Big
bad things.
Vipers. It was cool because you drew it a year later.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fresh.
You
Didn't
forgot
you
to
miss
switch the
like
screen.
Didn't you miss a stream for 2 weeks?
I said I wasn't gonna do them on YouTube anymore.
Oh, they were on Twitter. Because when I looked on Twitch. Because when I looked on Twitch, they weren't there either.
I did one. I didn't do one last week though. No, but I'm gonna be doing them again. And Evo was last week. I was so busy watching video games. Oh, what am I doing? I gotta exaggerate more than this.
You should switch the screen. They can't see what you're drawing, and you're talking about it.
Who's talking?
You.
I wasn't drawing anything.
Well, I asked you a question about how you were gonna do it.
Oh, the pointy things.
Yeah.
I wasn't even doing pointy stuff, but I got it.
I was going to do it in your style.
No, it's not. It's
So you told me.
that's. You don't understand. What's Costa drawing?
Huh? Silhouettes.
Silhouettes.
Why are you doing silhouettes? Maybe you can talk about what you're doing and why.
I mean, I'm just trying to find some big forms and see if I can't set up composition, keep it loose. I'm just really trying to hammer out as much as I can, and this is how I experiment with different character concepts and challenge myself to try to bring out form and gesture. So I'm just keeping it loose and just, trying not to hark over all the minor details. See if I can't make something look interesting by itself. You're not still showing my screen, are you?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, I can change that. It's very difficult to do this micromanagement thing.
I know.
I was very bad at microing.
Bobby's
Why
supposed to be in charge of it.
why don't you just unclick the screen and just let it go to whoever's talking at the time?
'Cause then it might go on my screen without me knowing.
Good point.
I mean, I guess I could, technically.
No, you're fine. Come on. You can handle it. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay, I'm gonna read the chat for a moment. Question. Where did Bob? That's not an interesting question. Where did Bob get his paper background that he uses in all of his drawings?
Sycra form.
There you go. Sycra Forms, the one-stop shop for all your photo textures.
Oh,
There we go.
shit.
Oh, here's a Costa planned question. What is Costa's YouTube?
Thanks for the
Shameless.
question, Mr. Akas.
Shameless.
Akas the Short. That's that.
I don't really do anything on my YouTube.
Next one. Why is Costa so cool?
No, the next one.
What? Are you serious? Are they? I'm not doing anything. Where's Ricardo? Ricardo's out right now. He's doing something over the weekend. He'll be back on Sunday. How am I planning questions while also simultaneously drawing? That's a talent in itself.
Okay, what else we got? They're obsessed with asking.
I think you just wrote the questions beforehand and then just. You just copy pasting them into the chat.
This is such a negative atmosphere.
This is a Pentel Pocket
What have
brush
I
with a
done? What have I done? I'm just chilling now. I'm just doing my thing, just trying to draw.
This is a terrible idea.
Operative term, trying.
I was gonna do like a proper stream, but this is what it turned into. Why do people even ask now? When are you gonna do the next stream?
You know what?
They've asked about super streams about Will Terrell, but.
No, but I mean, why? Why bother? Look at this. It's a disaster. It's a train wreck.
What is so disastrous about it? We're just drawing, doing our thing.
Okay.
It's really what you want to talk about. If the theme of the stream is gonna be, all right, let's start answering questions about what's going on in art or whatnot, then we can take it that way. Or if you want to just draw and have an audience while we hang out, you can take it that way. I actually personally like just hearing people, just talking. I spend a lot of time watching podcasts and stuff of guys just talking about nothing in particular.
Back on me, I'm not even drawing.
Oh.
Go to Bob. That was reading chat.
Here's a question.
They still want to know about 4chan all the time. They keep asking about 4chan.
Can Costa take his shirt off? I mean, he does it all the time.
I'm sure he doesn't have a shirt on.
I'm sure he has it off right now.
I know.
It is
Costa,
off.
Yeah, see?
All these plans. Yeah, another question. Is Costa married to Ricardo?
Can Costa take his shirt off, for professional reasons?
Yeah, I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up.
You're not. Question, is Costa married to Ricardo?
Yeah.
Yes and yes. Does Costa live by the coast? Yes. I do. I absolutely do.
Costa Merchant, come to me. Okay.
I heard Sycra needed
Neil, Costa.
Is that true?
Costa flex for us. Costa send nude plaques.
I'm not ripped at all. I never got ripped. I just got fat with muscle, and then I lost the muscle, and now I'm skinny fat once more.
You have 520 people watching, and this is where it goes.
I know! This is my point! This is the point of my entire channel! Why are they watching?
No, it's cool, man. I think it's funny. I think you do a great job in bringing people together for quality entertainment while drawing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want, you can start. I honestly want to know what your take is with where what you plan on doing with the industry in itself, like where you're planning on going, what your goals are, and how you hope to accomplish it.
I don't like the industry.
Well, maybe not. Okay, maybe not the studio route, but what are you planning on doing as an artist? What's your end goal?
Honestly, just getting cynics able to recognize me, I guess, as an artist and not like a hack.
That's one hell of a goal. I don't know if you can do that, man. I mean, you want to get famous. I think you can do that. Getting cynics to recognize you as a true blue artist. I don't know.
Bob's trying.
What's he doing?
He's doing it. He's doing it.
Well, no.
No.
Well, now. Okay. Should we do the next one?
Yeah, we have about 20 minutes ish.
Each?
20 minutes ish.
Ish.
Left?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I mean, what?
How long? You're doing time streams now? You're not just going off the cuff?
I don't know. It's just, I can't. I don't really.
We
have
tried
stamina
that
for it
before. We
No,
tried going off cuffs.
yet. We die. I die.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with going off the cuff, man.
What does it even mean, going off the cuff?
I don't know.
Don't-
I don't know.
Right.
Listen. Just go with the context clues on it. I don't know where the saying came from or how it originated. You get it when I say it, right? Going off the cuff.
All right, so now we're doing the girl with the fox ears, I guess. Oh, post a link.
Post the link.
Post a link. Post a link.
Post the link.
along.
Question: Bob, will you upload these later on?
Where do you upload? Have you been putting stuff on DeviantArt?
Yeah, Bob's got some cool stuff on DeviantArt.
Yeah, if you he's been popping up on my watch list. You know who hasn't really been popping up on my watch list? Sycra.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be. Didn't I mention that I'm like doing my own stuff now?
Okay. Let's rewind the tape real quick.
Uh-huh.
Not serious at all. Just poking at you. All right, fast forward back to now.
Bob, what have you done?
Have you seen his recent DeviantArt stuff, Cynics?
No, I gotta go check it now.
No.
I mean, after this. Not right now.
Here's a question for Cynics. How do you get thin lines with a brush pen?
Use the tip. Only the tip.
That's what
No,
she
you
said.
know what it is? I think it doesn't work with most brush pens, but the Pentel Pocket Brush one, it's like very liquidy ink. It's very, like I mentioned, it's very wet. So if you can't actually get super thin lines if you just lightly go.
Oh, that's a cool feature of Megan Studio. I didn't mean to do that. You can paint with stars.
See that those lines are very thin.
Yeah, that's what all professionals do, Costa.
I was just trying to go back to my brush tool,
Oh,
my watercolor, and stars just started coming up.
stars?
That's because I scrolled to whatever this is, a decoration tool.
We stopped talking about what we're seeing in the thing, right?
Kind of. Oh wait, I didn't even see you posted it. So it's like this cat, or what is that? What kind of animal is this?
Fox? It looks like a fox.
A feet. Is it? Because it could be.
I think it's cool.
I like the proportions of the ears to the head. I think it's cool. I like the angle of them.
I like how it's very stretched as well. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
that's-
I like everything. I feel like the posing on the legs is kind of off. One of them feels long, one of them feels short. That's the main thing. Just some general posing stuff could improve it. But I like I don't know. Yeah, I like some of the proportional stuff. The tail's good. Got a little curve thing, like a hook. Outfit's a little weird. A little heavy on the bondage.
Shapes are good. Yeah. The shapes are nice though. It's very simplified.
Oh, what do I got? My name page. Why don't you ever answer the questions about 4chan? If you
About
want to
what?
know if you should get your art advice from 4chan or not.
4chan. I realized this thing about 4chan, which is I don't know. I
They don't
stopped-
like you.
No, I got that, but it's like, okay, so they comment like stuff about me, but at first I got sad, and then I realized I could refute every single point they had, and when they're like, oh, this artist's not even good, this artist's better, it's like, yeah, why? Could you explain it to me? Why? Because my analysis skill is probably higher than theirs. Come on.
Sycra, you're fighting a losing battle right now. I promise you.
No, I would really. Okay, this is an open invitation to any 4chan people. Like,
Oh God.
let's do a stream, and you
No.
can explain to me your points, and if
my
they're
God,
good,
some
I
of
will
you
accept
do
them.
You just did a debate me to 4chan.
It's an open debate. If they got anything that they think they could actually say without hiding behind anonymity, or you can even be anonymous, but just what's your points? What are your points? Because at first I got sad, and then I realized like these people don't even know what they're talking about. Like, yeah, my
Can I
stuff.
be the one that
sucks.
talks?
Yes, and you can.
I think their question was more about how do I get good critiques? Because if I go on, DeviantArt or some kind of Hugbox place,
Yeah.
everyone just says nice stuff and no one actually says what they feel, which is a valid point. Although I feel like you'll run into the opposite where you go to a place like 4chan and they don't want to give you. Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on people, but sometimes there's not enough advice if it's not deemed worthy of advice, It's like, just get good.
Well, I mean, I like.
The key is to have friends that are kind of assholes, because then they'll tell you the truth, but they still want to help you. Like me and Sycra, I'm always helping him. You suck,
How?
Sycra. There you go.
How?
Good.
How?
I'm giving you gold here.
I don't know.
I would always give you a critique if you asked for one. You never asked for one.
I will.
I will tell you if I don't like something.
I think honestly, if you're looking to get good critiques, you probably shouldn't jump on forums at all. I think forums are a great community to meet people, but you're gonna run into so much different information and so many different opinions, and people that feel the need to give the critique for the sake of giving a critique, and then people that actually are seeing different things and maybe what you're trying to work on, and will point out the wrong areas. I really think you should just get with a group of people that you can respect their work and kind of keep it close knit. And I think you'll probably get more out of that.
To be fair, that is easier said than done. The reason they're going on forums is because they don't have people.
Well, I mean, this is what I did when I was on the forums. I met Ricardo on the Sycra forums.
Sycra to hang out with you, and he did.
What? No. That's not what happened. I met Ricardo on the forums as when I was just watching his work, and I really enjoyed what he did, and we just started doing work together, and he would try to help me out, and I got to know him, and I made a friend out of it, and I have somebody that I can trust as an artist, that I can trust their opinion. And it comes from a place.
So don't forget the key thing here. You did meet on a forum. So
yeah, no,
I guess they're asking, where do you meet forum friends? Not DeviantArt, not 4chan? Sycra.net.
Yeah. I have no problem with forums themselves.
I would be way worse off in art if I did not have conceptart, .org at the time when I had it, where it was very popular and very helpful and very a great place to be. It's not quite like that anymore though, so I don't know. I guess that's what everyone's looking for. Where's the art community that's going to help me the most? Because it's a good question to have.
I mean, it's kind of like school, you know? Like, you're going to find people that you really click with and are really going to make an impact on you, and then you're just going to meet some douchebags. You know? I met you, Cynics. That's a douchebag. And then I also met Jetty Jet, and he's a great guy.
Uh-huh.
I'm kidding. I love you, Cynics.
I know you do.
I just know that if you look up to certain people's work, they can usually help you out a lot more. I think forums are great communities, and I think I like to get to know people on forums. And there's forum hangouts sometimes, and you get to know people on a more personal level there. But yeah. Interrupt me for another question whenever you'd like.
No, keep going.
I think what's benefited me the most in terms of work procedures is drawing much more.
I don't know. Did I ask? Sycra, did you ever say were you super active on a forum when you were starting out?
Yeah, I was really active on Julie's How to Draw Anime forum, and then I was a little bit active on
I don't know what that
a forum called Polycarbon, and I was way too intimidated by Saijin. And then when concept art started, I just felt like it was too I really liked the smaller forums because there was just and ones that were more I guess geared around anime and stuff. But then eventually I got to this point where it's like, well, the better I suppose if I want to be professional, I should go to a place with the bigger fish, I suppose. Although there are good people on those forums too, but it just seemed like I should learn how to paint, and I don't know. Does that make any sense?
Sure.
Yeah. I think the most common thing between everybody is that they just show up consistently, no matter where they are, and eventually you kind of meet people that just work for you. You just kind of keep showing up or keep drawing or whatever you gotta do.
And it depends what your motivation is. Like, if you just need to, because some people, and I count myself as one of these, they just need a routine. Like, I know every day I draw this thing, and then at the end of the day I post it on a forum, or I do this and then I do that. And I see some people who on the forums, they get really good by just giving constant critiques, because what they're doing is they're training their eye to see a problem and then just fix it, instead of seeing a problem and looking at a piece of art and just being like, that sucks. It's like, well, they have to ask themselves what sucks about it. And I guess, it's not something I did in terms of as a method, but I see some people on the Sycra forum who are doing that, and they do that consistently, just give critiques and improve that way. So I think that's really good.
But don't you think you might have to add a disclaimer if you're encouraging people to give critiques?
No.
Yeah. Well, the disclaimer would be for the people getting the critiques. Honestly, I guess I agree with you, and I'm curious as to how vital forum critiques can be. I think they can be helpful in some degree, but usually it's a case of if you just drew more, you would figure this out yourself. Or this would get much more, you get more use out of it. I think what probably the least helpful is when it's, this is my first drawing ever, and what do you guys think? And it's a picture that, it looks like it's just a lot of work, it's very finished. There's very little to offer when you see something like that, but if someone has posted 20 or 30 pictures, then it's like, okay, I can see patterns in this. I can see where this could be improved on.
What would you exactly want to know about what I think about communities and the critiques and whatnot? Do you think? Have you had very much experience with getting critiques on forums and whatnot, Sycra? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Did you find that they were I know you kind of already covered it, but did you find that they were like that they made huge impacts, or where did you find your biggest? I mean, honestly though, you're really self-taught. You know, like you really figured out a lot of this stuff in your own time and your own personal research. You know,
I
and
think
like
it was harder to like. Okay, forum critiques gave me encouragement, and it was something to keep me doing it. You know, it was more like, okay, you need to draw a lot. Got it. Now, how do I do that? I think that's really the biggest question: is how do I draw more? Is that and that answers everything else. Is that going to school? Is that posting work on a forum? What is going to keep me motivated? If you could be fine with not showing anybody your stuff, and just being really motivated and passionate and disciplined, you kept drawing all the time and you had goals, because that's another thing. You got to have goals. You can't just be drawing with no point. Like, there's got to be, I'm trying to figure this out or that out. Then I don't think you need anything. Just whatever gives you that is what's the best thing. I don't know. What do you think?
yeah.
What?
Exactly.
I think people need to I know this sounds weird, but learn how to draw. You get what I'm saying? Like they're like you said, and a lot of the critiques tend to point out, okay, this is what you see the guy who drew one thing, like you said, it's very finished, and it's like, okay, well, I can only point out so many problem areas on this one thing, but let me see your process, like let me see the 5, 6, 7 things, like you said, but it's like you got to learn what you're looking for in your own work and do self-critiques. And the only time I start really reaching out for like heavy critiques is like, okay, I've tried to attack this 5, 6, 7, 8 different ways, and I'm not wrapping my head around it. Then when I ask for a critique, I ask for a critique on a very specific area that I can work on, and then I get better at that one thing, and now pieces of the puzzle are coming together little by little, and I'm getting like digestible informations in enough bits to grow, versus trying to eat this elephant, getting 5 bites in, and then realizing like I'm already full and missing out on everything else, So I don't know if that makes any sense.
My chat wants to know how long the stream is gonna last.
5 more minutes.
Yeah, 5 more minutes. They said it was gonna be an hour and a half.
5 more minis. Senex, show us some sketchbook. I can't. It's all nudity in here. It's my figure drawing sketchbook.
I think from what I saw from Bob, you can show stuff.
Okay, but nah, I'm fine.
Well, that's cool.
I don't want to go through it all.
There's a car.
Oh, you can see it? Hold on. I'll show you. Let's see. Here we go. There's some Bob-looking weird stuff. What else we got? See, I do a lot of like faces, face practice, all kinds of angles, faces, different styles, different animings, all edges and corners. These are life-drawing things, drawing random stuff. Girl at a coffee shop, old lady at coffee shop, random stuff like that. Just drawing people in everyday life. Some cars and things at the bottom. Oh, there we go. Yeah, more people, outdoor drawings. Cars, just practicing all the normal stuff. Things like that. Yep, the car sucks. Man, I need to work on drawing cars. Cars are difficult. But, I don't know. I don't want to get too into all this stuff right now. Yeah, I don't know. All these figure drawing pages are just like random people and poses and things. Okay, whatever.
No.
Yeah, I don't have it set up where you can see the whole page right now.
Somebody was asking about the box thing for perspective. about Kim Jong-gi. I saw one of them was in
Mhm.
Cynic's sketchbooks.
Cynics knows all about that.
Yeah.
What?
Cynics, you want to talk about the box Kim Jong-gi thing? The Kim Jong-gi put a box beside it thing?
Okay, let me think. Do I have an example of that? I don't know if I do.
Apparently you do.
I guess I did somewhere.
Yeah, you did.
Where? Okay, let me look. No, I don't know where. But I don't know. The Kim Jong-il thing, it just means he sees the whole scene in his mind in perspective, and then he just pictures the bunch of boxes, like a stack of different boxes everywhere. Like here's a box, here's a box. You know, just a bunch of different boxes everywhere in the whole perspective, and he can do the crazy 3-point perspective and whatever else. And then he just kind of builds this. He's good at just drawing figures into the boxes in his head. The boxes are in his head, but just being able to draw something into the box. And then the whole scene will look super awesome because it's all been laid out in his mind as boxes beforehand. So I don't know. Is that what you're talking about? The other thing, which I don't think he mentioned it, but he kind of did. It's just taking an object like this face and then just imagining it in a box and just making a bunch of different boxes in different angles. Like taking a box there, box here, like not in all different angles and perspectives and things. And then just moving this object and you're using your brain power. So like, okay, there's a face there. Oops, messed that up. And then you can draw from the top and have just the front of it here. And just doing that as an exercise for practicing your faces. I don't know, I guess that's what people are talking about when they refer to boxes. But
Yep. That's very good. Good information. And with that, our time is up. So I want to go ahead and thank all you, the guests, Flavia and Bob Meatbag and Costa and Cynics.
that's me.
That's you. And I want to thank everybody who watched this. It is 3:30 a.m. where I'm at. I shouldn't have done it. Okay, bye.
And
Bye.